So now that you've created your class on PocketClass, we can click the logo on the top left here, return to the home screen, and proceed to step 3, creating our schedule. Here we're going to decide when we're available to teach. So to start things off, let's decide how long each of our sessions will be. Well, I want my sessions to be an hour long each, so I'll go over here and click 1 hour. Now the beauty of PocketClass is that it gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to creating this schedule. If you scroll on the left-hand side here, you can see a general availability section and an adjusted availability section. So general availability is where you're going to input your regular working week. However, adjusted availability allows you to change your schedule on specific dates. For example, let's say on Wednesday, I'm regularly free from 9 to 5, but this specific Wednesday, I'm exceptionally busy and I don't want to take any classes. I can input that in my adjusted availability and that'll be reflected in my schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create your schedule right now. Let's say on Monday, I want to teach from 9 to 5 p.m. I can go ahead here, hover over 9 a.m. and click and drag up until 5 p.m. I can double check the information through this pop-up and everything is correct. Now I can make this schedule repeat or not repeat. For now, I'm going to keep it on does not repeat. If I save this, you can see that 8 sessions are available now on this specific Monday. If I go to the next week, you see that it isn't there anymore. Therefore, this is reflected in my adjusted availability. But I actually want this to be my schedule every Monday. I can then click this red X right here to delete this schedule and repeat that process, but instead make it repeat. So I'm just going to click and drag from 9 to 5, double check the information, and make sure that it repeats weekly on Monday. If I save it now, it's reflected in my general availability. So click and drag is one way you can input your schedule. Another way is to do it manually on the left-hand side here, and I'll show you that for Tuesday's schedule. So let's say on Tuesday, I'm free from 10 to 11 to teach and 2 to 3 to teach. I can go right here, click this plus icon, and a time slot will pop up. I can change this to 10 to 11, and you can see that this is reflected in my schedule right here. I want to add the second session for 2 to 3, and I can click this plus icon again and put 2 to 3 in the time slots. And this is reflected in my schedule as well. If I want any of these sessions to be group sessions rather than these one-on-one sessions, I can click this icon here and you can see this class turns into a group class. This works for every single schedule I just made. I want to revert this and keep this all one-on-one sessions. And I can do that by clicking this red icon here. Now it gets a bit tedious to input your schedule for every day. So we included this copy all feature where if you click it, it copies that specific day's schedule to all of the days. So I want to do that for Monday to make my schedule 9 to 5 on every day. Now this is reflected in my general availability. So if I go to next week and the week after and the weeks after, that schedule is still there. To return to this week, I can click the Today button right here. So that's generally what you need to know to create a schedule on PocketClass. But there's one more feature in the adjusted availability. Let's say this weekend I have a vacation and I'm completely unavailable. I can click Add Vacation here and choose the dates to be this weekend. And if I click Add Vacation, you can see this weekend I'm completely unavailable now. But if I go to the next weekend, my availability is still there. I want to stay unavailable this entire weekend. But if you want to be available from 9 to 10 a.m. instead of 9 to 5 on this weekend, you can click the plus icon here and input that. So that's all the features to creating a schedule on PocketClass. The last step to do is create your booking restrictions. So here you'll decide how many hours clients have to book before your session and how much in advance they can book your sessions. So I'm going to keep this to 1 hour before and 30 days before, but you can change it to anything you would like. So that's the general overview of how to create a schedule on PocketClass.